Okay, I think we're live. I'm going to be racing on iRacing live. Now, I'm relatively new to the game, so it's going to be fun, hopefully. I'm going to try and set my phone up here so I can watch a chat. If you want to message me, I'll try and reply to your messages. I'm going to be racing on iRacing. Okay, as you can tell, I'm new to this. Basically, I've been wanting to make some content on iRacing, but I don't really know how to go about it. I've got a new sim rig I've recently built, trying to get back into the hobby. And I've never before played iRacing, but I am pretty much hooked on it at the moment. So what we're going to do, there's a race starting at 3:30. So we're going to basically have some fun. So I've got about 10 or 15 minutes worth of practice, which is going to be on a live lobby, and then it's a race. So we're going to be racing here. So this is the production car SimLab challenge. The race runs every hour, and it's pretty hectic, to be honest, because it's only a tiny track. It's Lime Rock Park, so it's like 1 mile track, and basically there's 12 MX-5s, 12 BRZs, and then 12 Mustangs, and we're all racing at the same time. Now, we're not actually competing against the BRZ or the Mustang. I'm only competing against the MX-5s, but having everyone else on the same track, it does add to the fun then. So I suppose, yeah, let's jump in. Yeah, so I've got a new sim rig. I got a bit carried away, to be honest. There was an ultra wide screen, as you can probably tell from the stream. I was looking at them online, and they're quite expensive, as you probably know. And basically I stumbled upon one in a PC World. I wasn't even going there for a monitor. And they tend to go for about 1,500 quid. And believe it or not, it was a brand new ultra wide Samsung, and it was like 370 quid. I was like, what's wrong with it, you know? But they basically had it in the storeroom. They didn't know where it came from or really what it was worth, and they pretty much said, look, you know, the manager said I need to get it gone, like, so it's just up for clearance. So I thought, that can't be right, it's too good to be true. But it wasn't too good to be true, and I ended up getting an ultra wide for about £1,000 less than what it should have been. So that pretty much kick-started this whole reboot then for me getting into sim racing again. And then I just had this nice ultra wide sat on a coffee table, and I was playing off an Xbox controller, and then one day I just thought, you know what, and I went all out. So I went for the Fanatec DD2, GT Amiga Prime, pedals, basically all Fanatec pretty much, but I'll probably make some videos on that down the line. So I'm going to practice now, and what I'm struggling with on this game as pretty much a rookie, I'm not technically a rookie anymore, but I feel like I am, the tyres. So they heat up, they cool down as they do in most games, but it's pretty drastic, the difference in grip. Okay. That's another thing, you got to watch the speed limit as well, which I'm always forgetting. So it's quite a short track, this one. There's a lot of tricky corners. Now, these first two bends, or three bends then, they're the ones I feel like I struggle the most on. Because if you mess up one of them, then the ones after that then are very difficult to clip the apexes on. You find yourself, you run wide on one and then it all goes to pop. So it probably is going to take a lap or two to get these tyres up to temperature, and then I'm going to stop talking for a bit and I'm going to concentrate on setting some lap times. Now I'm about a second off the fastest guys, but where I think I do a little better when I'm not on video, I can be quite consistent. So the faster guys, they might be pulling away, but if they spin off, and quite often I'll find my way up the grid just from my consistency. But then every now and then someone will be on my bumper and I'll just push a little too hard and it all goes to pot. So we're just coming up to the straight again. So I think what I'll do now, I will stop talking and try and get a decent lap in. Because I've got the ultra wide, you can't really see a lot of what's going on. Oh, that's not a good start. But if you look down below, you should see the input, my inputs on the screen at the bottom. It's a steep learning curve, this game. Like this guy's going to be holding me up. Don't know if he's trying to let me past or not. I don't think he is. That was close. Oh, I mean, now. Brakes. That's one thing about these MX-5s, they do stop well. Finding I've always played Project Cars 2 and I've been pretty stubborn. I know the game's a dead game really, but I just stuck with that for ages. And the way that the handling works on this game is very similar, but it's like also completely different. Which I know is a funny statement, but trail braking on Project Cars is a massive thing. On this it can actually induce understeer, and that's something I'm trying to get to grips with. Okay, so it's time now to join our session. Okay, so it's time. Just checking the audio because this is the first one I've ever done. I tried mixing it a bit before we went live. It seems okay from what I just checked. So there's like a public practice session. It's like a track day. Everyone's on track getting practice. And then you get a banner flash up there to tell you when your race session is starting, which is what we're loading into now. So we're going to have 3 minutes of practice, then I'm going to have 2 qualifying laps, and then it's the race. So yeah, let's load in. I'm not really sure why they give you 3 minutes of practice, because to be honest, your tyres are freezing, so by the time they warm, the session's over. But we're gonna come out. Feedback goes so light on the wheel when the tyres are cold. It just like doesn't dig into the tarmac. Now, a lot of games you'll go in and the tyres will be preheated, but on this game now, the first lap or two is usually carnage because everyone's spinning off. But we'll see what happens. Like, that should not be understeering at that speed when the temperatures are hot. That was a horrendous line. See, I don't, like, what was the point in that? But it is what it is. We've got to qualify now. You only get 2 laps. And that's it, the time is final. So you get 2 clean laps, so this is like technically the 3rd lap then, but it's mainly to warm your tyres up. But they're not even that warm on the 3rd lap, to be honest. So you just got to do what you can to get them up to 10. Yeah, it handles so different when it's cold. That's one thing I'm far from perfecting. Okay, setting a lap now. Horrendous. Not the best start. I think it's because I'm trying to talk and race at the same time. I'm not that intelligent, I can't do both at the same time. This is invalidated lap anyway, so I'm not going to try and nail this line. I'm just going to play it safe. The feedback's really good on this game as well. It took a bit of tweaking. There we are, we're going to be at the back of the grid, but you know what, that's probably not a bad thing, because, well, you'll see now, when we get going. This is not giving me confidence going into this race. The pressure's getting to me. So after a horrendous qualifying, we're going into a race in 3 minutes. Now these MX-5s, I was actually considering getting one when I ended up getting the Peugeot instead. I think what put me off the MX-5, I liked that they're economical and they're reliable and they're rear wheel drive, but I just couldn't get over the fact that there's no turbo on them. You could turbocharge it, but I've had lots of reliability problems with track cars, so I wanted to get something that was turbo from the factory, so I didn't have to go routing custom manifolds, exhausts and all that should I decide to turbo it. But I have started to question whether that was the right decision after spending so much time on this MX-5. Another car I've been thinking I should have considered is the BMW M5. Now the rear wheel drive, like 2015 one, 2013. Like 650 horsepower, rear wheel drive, and they're not actually that expensive. But the reason that they're not that expensive is they tend to have engine failure. So it's like, you know, kind of a big drawback really. Apart from that, they're awesome cars. So yeah, I'm going to have to stop talking when I'm driving because that qualifying was appalling. Yeah, so something I didn't realise when I built this rig, I got the Fanatec DD2, which is like the flagship wheelbase from Fanatec. But I bought the Fanatec WRC steering wheel. Now I just thought, oh, rally car, cool, Fanatec, and it says it's compatible. And I just bought it. Didn't really think much more about it, but I didn't realise until I already had the wheel that it's actually the the base is so smart, it can talk to the steering wheel and it knows I'm running a WRC steering wheel. But the downside is the WRC steering wheel has only got a plastic back on it. So it doesn't say that it's because of the plastic backing, but it must be. So the wheelbase actually puts it into a torque limited mode, so it won't go over 8 Newton meters of torque. So I paid all that money for a base that can do 25 Newton meters, and I'm only getting 8 Newton meters out of it at the moment. So I can buy like a podium steering wheel, but you're talking like 500-600 quid, which right now I don't really feel like spending.
One left to green. Line up on the left side. Pit road is closed.
So another thing as well, it's a rolling start, so we all just drive in formation for the first lap, which, believe it or not, people will crash, and it's like a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, and they still crash on the first lap. So my goal has been to get to the safer licenses, because the higher your license, you're going to get put with better drivers that don't crash. So you start off as a rookie, and then if you get your safety rating up, you get promoted then to D. So I'm licensed D, and I will be promoted when the season ends. But if I can get my safety rating up another like 15-20%, then I will be fast tracked, so I'll be promoted immediately then. So that was my goal. But every time I get into a race, I get a bit carried away, and my safety rating goes back down. So, yeah. So the race is gonna start. Gotta concentrate. I don't know what this is all about. Why is no one moving? The thing is, right, for some reason they've left a massive gap. Oh no. Oh right, I don't know why. He's chosen, first place has chosen to wait, leave a gap. Oh, see, they're crashing already. They can't even do the blinking roll and start. Right, we're going for it. once you hit the temperature, I'm alright. I'll compete pretty good. But I can't get used to them cold tyres. Place. All I gotta do is just not crash. So this guy on the right, he's not in my class, so I'm not racing him. Ragged. Don't know what I was thinking there. Each axle will heat up at a different rate and it catches you off if the balance of the car changes. Seconds away from first and second. It's manic, isn't it? across the back end. I'm 1.9 seconds away. You can see on the bottom the relative. I'm aiming for the purple cars. I reckon we got this one. This guy up in front. If I can just not get carried away. Just cook him. Cook him under pressure. Start pushing a bit harder. I try and leave a bit of margin because I'm not good enough to drive on the limit, but I'm going to have to drive a bit closer to it. Fast I am normally, so I'm going to try backing off a bit. That's faster. better than me, he's just better, he's pulling away. He's 3.9 seconds away, and I can't catch him. Oh, sloppy mistake. I'll let him pass because I'm not racing him anyway. I think I'm lifting when I don't need to lift, and it's adding up to like a second a lap. Missed the apex here, no excuse for that. Wasn't me. You would have said at the top if I touched him. If I can just hold on to third at this point, that's all I can really hope for. So I think fourth is faster than me. He's hunting me down. I'm pushing too hard, going wide. I'm losing so much time on that corner. I think that's what it is, it's mainly that one corner. He's gone wide. Oh, yes. He's pushing a bit too hard himself. When I'm on my own, I'll downshift into that corner, so aggressive, the back rotates around. But I don't want to embarrass myself on a stream, because I shouldn't really care, but it wouldn't be much fun if I just spun it into a wall, would it? Oh! Spoke too soon. Oh, I haven't lost the position. Got away with that one. Number 4 is only 3.5 seconds behind, and I got 5 to 7 laps left, hopefully. not racing these, these are in faster cars, I'm only racing the MX-5s. Although, you can catch these on the braking. They're not that much faster. Should we do it for a laugh? Wasn't quite feeling it. That's a really good overtaking zone that is on the brakes. You can force them wide then. I don't know if it's legal or not, but I do it all the time. This is going to end badly. I feel like I should let him pass because it's going to end really shitty. But I'm not going to because I'm stubborn. I've got to let him pass anyway now. This. My tyres are starting to get cooked now. Wondering if I'm locking the wheels up. It doesn't sound like I am. They're not completely locking up, but I wonder, am I over aggressive on the brakes and I'm burning my tyres out prematurely? My tyres don't seem to last as long as everyone else's. It's all stuff I'm yet to figure out. Noticed I've got like braking points for when the tyres are they're prime, and then I got different braking points then for like lap 15 onwards. incident points this race. The tyres are shot now. Just let go of them. So it's 25 minutes, and then it doesn't matter how many laps you do, after 25-minute marker they say last lap, and then it's time to you just have one lap after that then. So it's surely about time. Maybe the next lap or two I think will be the last. Third though, can't complain at third, especially when there's like 30 cars in there. Mustangs there. Must be some. Oh, it's the Clios instead. That's right. Last lap now, at the white flag. That's not bad. So I'm 10th out of 25 remaining, and then I'm third in class. So that's the end of that. hello whoever's, I can't pronounce your name, but hello back. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that little video. I want to do a bit more live streaming and just sim content in general, because it's quite a big part of my car hobby. And previously I've only made videos on my actual cars. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one, which might be later on if I'm feeling if I'm getting the bug. So we shall see.